making SMART goals. Are you guys ready? All right. So I know pretty much a lot of you have heard, a lot of you have, kind of know what the acronym S.M.A.R.T stands for. So go ahead and put in the comment section right now, what does SMART goals stand for? S.M.A.R.T. And I'm going to go ahead and continue with the slides here, okay? All right. So the S stands for specific. Now, your goal must be specific. Your goals must be specific. It must be so plain. It must be so clear that if somebody is running and you have it written on the paper, they are still able to tell what you're aiming for. It must be so clear that even a little child knows what you're talking about. That's how specific it must be. It cannot be vague. It cannot be general. It has to be specific, okay? The next portion is measurable, M. Now, a lot of times we write goals, but there's no way of tracking our goals, no way of tracking our progression. How do people know whether you've met these goals or not? Not people, but how do you know whether you've met these goals or not? That's why it's important to make sure it is measurable. So if my example is, I want to lose 20 pounds, if that is your example, I should say, then the numbers attached to it, 20 pounds. So you know when you go on that scale, whether you've reached those pounds or not, whether you've achieved those goals or not, you know how far you are. You know how close you are. So your goals must be measurable. The next thing is A, your goals must be attainable. Some people said it's achievable. You can use either words. Your goals, they should stretch you, but not break you. I always emphasize this. They should stretch you, but not break you. Challenge yourself in 2022. Challenge yourself, but not in such a way where by the end of the year, you're dying. No. Then I'm telling you, if you do that, make sure you're not going to write any more goals. And that is not what I want for you, right? Exactly. The next thing is your goal must be relevant, or some people say realistic. Where are you going? That's why it's so important to know your purpose in life. You don't just write any type of goals just for, writing purposes. No. Is it relatable to what you're doing? Is it relevant to where you're going in life? Is it realistic? If it's not realistic, it's just a wish. It really is. So the point of writing SMART goals, I like to always say this, is to point you closer to your destiny, point you closer to your purpose. So make sure whatever you're writing goals, you don't just write anything just for writing purposes, but it goes towards your purpose as well. Make it realistic, make it relevant, okay? The next thing is your goal must be time bound. And I'm going a little fast, so you guys can slow me down if I need to slow down. But your goals must be time bound. Give it a deadline. So as we're making the goals for this year, our main deadline is December 31st, 2022. But maybe you have some goals that are going to, maybe like, a good example will say the losing weight part. You can say 20 pounds by March 7th, 2022. Maybe it's a little nearer than December 31st, and that's completely fine. But when you give yourself time, first of all, you're giving yourself that little pressure. It's better to add pressure on yourself than for other people to add pressure on you. You're giving yourself that little pressure, which lets you know, hey, time is approaching. Am I closer to my goal or am I not? Okay?